Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Best Buy exclusive Steelbook of Wonder Woman 1984. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, Wonder Woman 1984 is now on 4K Blu-ray. As you can see, I opted to pick up the Steelbook edition from Best Buy. There are other versions available, such as a slipcover and a Target version. Now, as far as the movie itself goes, I really like the original Wonder Woman quite a bit. I think it was a great looking film. It had a lot of good elements. Gal Gadot is really excellent in the role as Wonder Woman. But I feel with the follow-up, 1984, it just missed something. It missed, just the overall vibe of the movie felt a little off to me. It's not to say there aren't some good parts in it. There are, but I think as a whole, it ultimately just kind of falls a little bit short. Visually, it still has some good elements to it, which I'll touch on in the picture quality portion of the review. But that alone, I don't think can really save the movie from just being a little bit underwhelming. I would have liked more. I would have liked a little bit more of, just some interactions with Wonder Woman and Cheetah. I think ultimately what we got, and there's a lot of story points also that just kind of go nowhere. And, Pedro Pascal, I feel, as Maxwell Lord, is good. I liked him, and I like Kristen Wiig as Cheetah, and I think the cast did a good job. Just really, at the end of the day, it felt just, a couple steps below the original movie. But it's something, if you enjoy the movie, I understand that. But for me, it didn't quite land. Okay, we're going to talk about the picture quality and audio in just a moment. But first, let's do a quick unboxing of the Steelbook. Okay, we have the Best Buy exclusive 4K Steelbook of Wonder Woman 84. I like it. I like the artwork. The Steelbook itself has a nice shine to it. It kind of has a metallic look. If you're going to pick up this movie, this is the way to do it, in my opinion. It's really nice looking steel. And then we have the back, and then the spine, and then interior. Some artwork behind the disc. The discs themselves are just your standard art, but yeah, pretty good. It's a nice looking Steelbook. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Wonder Woman 1984 on 4K Blu-ray has a 2:39 aspect ratio, which it occasionally shifts to 1:90 IMAX ratio, native 4K resolution with HDR10, Dolby Vision, and HDR10 Plus grading. For purposes of this review, I will be going over the Dolby Vision encode. Before I begin my review, I just wanted to make note of something I observed while watching the 4K disc. While watching the first 20 minutes of the movie, I noticed what appeared to be white specks on the actual print of the picture itself. Now, if I already hadn't watched the movie on HBO Max, I would have thought this was an intentional look of the film to make it look a little more 80s, kind of give it a VHS style appearance. But when I checked the 4K digital version on iTunes, I noticed those white specks were not there. So I ejected the actual disc, gave it a nice clean, put it back in, and everything worked flawlessly from that point on. I don't know if it was a dirty disc or just a ghost in the machine, but it actually turned out okay, and the rest of the time I watched the movie, it was fine. The majority of this movie was shot using 35mm film, so there is a layer of film grain throughout the movie. I think it looks good. I didn't find it obtrusive or blotchy at any points, so if you're a film grain lover, you're going to enjoy it here. As for the Dolby Vision, I think it makes the film look really good. The 80s aesthetic is fully alive here. It makes great use of all those vibrant colors, everything from neon signs to clothing. I would say more particularly in the first half of the film, it's more apparent in that area. And of course, things like Wonder Woman's lasso of truth, lightning, and other kind of special effects really show off the color palette. But the opening sequence in Themyscira, it's vibrant. It looks great. It looks lush, very much a paradise. And the Dolby Vision complements those colors very well. The rest of the film, I think, for color palette wise, it looks really good. Black levels and shadow detail are right where you want them to be. They're nice and inky, especially those dark interiors and nighttime scenes, and they have a nice deepness to them. They look really good. The level of detail also is nicely enhanced here on this release. Wonder Woman's costume, skin textures on all the characters, just the clothing, it all really looks good here. It's got a nice rich texture, and the 4K resolution does a great job displaying that. Wonder Woman 1984 has a Dolby Atmos audio presentation, and this is a very good sounding mix. This isn't the best that the DCEU has to offer. I've definitely heard better, but it's still a nice enveloping kind of surround mix. All your speakers are utilized very well, especially during those musical moments, but action scenes also make great use of your entire surround sound environment. Dialogue comes through the center channel pretty clean and clear. I did notice in the climax scene with Maxwell Lord and Diana, with a lot of the chaos that was happening, it was a little bit hard to understand, but that was really the only instance of that happening. But other than that, it does sound good. The front channels, they handle a lot of the activity on screen and they do a great job. The mid-levels and rears, once again, music is key here. It spills through all those speakers very well. Battle scenes and all those ambient sound effects really make great use of those mid-levels and rears. The height channels also have plenty to do. The scene where Diana and Steve are in the jets, you got that nice little overhead whooshing. Also, the battle scenes in Egypt sound great. And there's other moments throughout the movie that make great use of the height speakers, and they really do a good job. The LFE channel is good, I just don't feel it's overly aggressive. It has its moments, it does kick on when it needs to, and you're definitely going to notice it, but I would have liked a little bit more of a punchiness to them, especially during those action scenes like over in Cairo and towards the climax of the film. I would have liked a little bit more heft there. But it's serviceable, it does its job, and I don't think you'll really be disappointed. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Wonder Woman 1984 on 4K Blu-ray an A. I think it's a great looking picture. The fact that it was shot on film is always a nice bonus, but the Dolby Vision, it brings that 80s aesthetic to life, and other elements I think benefit greatly also. For the 4K audio presentation, I'm going to give this one an A-. I think the Dolby Atmos is really good. It has a good range to it. It's dynamic. It has some good moments. Just a couple of weak spots to mention here and there, but other than that, I think it's a very enjoyable experience. So that is my review of Wonder Woman 1984 on 4K Blu-ray. If you want to pick this up for yourself, I will go ahead and leave an Amazon link in the comment section and description of this video. But if you have it already, I want to hear your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.